we're going to a friend's wedding in San Francisco, and the first hotel that I looked at, like the first wedding hotel, had two types of rooms on the wedding block. One of them was large king bed, and the other one was queen bed, then tiny other bed. Me and Anastasia, like truly the photo is deranged. It's just gigantic bed next to tiny bed. And I was like, why are these the only two options? It's like a sidecar bed.
I've literally never seen that at a hotel. It's like two queen beds or a king bed.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And then, but I was like, can you imagine? Well, as a joke, I was like, to Anastasia, I was like, can you imagine if I booked this room and then just made Jordan sleep on the tiny bed?
For a photo shoot alone.
But then I realized that might have been what I had to do. And, or I mean, we shared a large king bed before, everybody be normal. But luckily everyone is staying at a different hotel, and that hotel has normal rooms. So we just booked that.
Oh, mate, it would be really funny to just get what looks like a candid photo of me, my legs dangling off the side of a cot, my neck vertical, stretching out. I get up, I'm 3 feet taller from just stretching out my spine. For
right, it's just like a weird perspective thing. It's like, wait, is Jordan, this is like you feather the photo and make it look old timey, and it looks like you're Andre the Giant.
Maybe it's designed to do like a Lord of the Rings style forced perspective where the bed's the same size, but like I'm huge.
Do you think Lord of the Rings style forced perspective is on the Sad Boyz bingo board? Because it is one of the things that we say a lot. Somebody write it down.
Yeah, maybe it needs to be added as one of the options.
Yeah. Welcome to Sad Boyz, a podcast about feelings and other things also. I'm Jarvis.
I'm Jordan. I like that Pete Holmes style
pre-show
show.
Did a little cold open, so to speak. A little warm open.
It was boiling hot. Ow.
A little hot to the touch open.
Funny enough, our friend Briggan.
I love your feet and I love what they do. I have some kitchen scissors down here. Ooh. I just want to make sure they're away from you.
Ooh, and I have 3 fewer toes. All the important ones. Our friend Briggan's wedding, however many years ago at this point, I did have a half cot, half regular bed type scenario with Evan.
And who got the cot? Who got the regular bed?
Exchanged.
Ooh.
Back and forth, a natural diplomatic solution. Americans and the British working together. Isn't that a nice idea?
Can I give a little shout out? Can I give a little shout out to, I grew up in a house that was a 2-bedroom house that had 4 people in it most of the time, 4 or 5 people. And I would sleep with my mom on our living room couch, like head to foot. And I haven't slept like with someone like that in a long time.
A head to foot type scenario?
Yeah. And I'm like, there's something weirdly comforting. You know how there's something reminds you of the womb when you're in like those sensory deprivation tanks and shit? Yeah. I feel like for me, that would be like sleeping head to foot on a couch with someone. Let's try it, Jordan. Oh, yeah. This is actually, oh my God, I'm like getting memories now thinking about this.
Dude, I think we were just playing like Modern Warfare 1 late into the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a little slumber party type scenario.
Man, yeah, for sure. Wow.
I'm at my friend Ewan's house. You know what I mean? You guys remember Ewan? Right? Similar glasses?
And it's Ewan and it's not Owen and it's not Eoin. Like,
nope. It's spelled almost the way you'd think, but not.
Like U-I-N.
Jacob's adapting.
You guys are too low.
Right.
I will say,
maybe we do Sad Boyz Nightz like this, our Patreon exclusive podcast. Head on over to patreon.com/sadboyz and spend $5 of your discretionary entertainment spending. Do not spend money you cannot afford to spend on this extra content that doesn't matter. It's just entertainment. We're just hanging out. But anyway,
for a foot-oriented episode.
Maybe we do it head to foot. But anyway,
maybe it could be called Sad Boyz Sleepovers.
Sad Boy Late Nights. How in the world are you,
dude?
Sorry.
we are back from the sickest any of us like have all been at once.
Oh, sorry. The framing was almost along the lines of concert.
I know.
We just got back from the
sick. No. It was sick in that it was not actually. I can't even front. That shit was bad. So VidCon happened. We
Which Jordan was sick for.
Jordan was sick for.
I had a pre-celebration. The turns out it got me. I'll admit it. So much for the jab. Am I right, fellas? That did it precisely, Dick.
One thing I want to say
Sex.
is that, first of all, we're not medical experts or anything like that, but COVID is very much about. COVID never went away, first of all. Two, I don't know if there's like a crazy strain or something going on right now, but like, so you got it, went to VidCon. I was good to go, actually. We were being very safe.
I stayed away.
Jordan stayed away. I ended up giving your badge to our friend Tina because because of how security works, she like wasn't able to get into places with her friends. So I was nice. So thanks for that.
We look the same.
And then, so me and Eddie we're becoming jaded about VidCon. So we're like, we want to get in, we want to get out, we want to see our friends, we want to do our stuff, but otherwise,
one last job.
Yeah, we're in for one last job. We came prepared. We were testing every single morning, washing our hands constantly. I'm fist bumping people. I'm hugging. I'm hugging Hank Green when I see him. But
you gotta hug Hank.
You gotta hug Hank. But for the most part, I'm fist bumping people and stuff like that.
If I was ever in like a tight crowd, I wore a mask.
Yeah,
like we were pretty much avoiding big crowds though.
Yeah, and it's like we would like I went to. Did I even go to a big party? I went to one big party. Oh shit.
Oh, the COVID party.
I just remembered something that happened. Wow.
Do we have a suspect? Do we know?
Wait, can we talk about it?
Well, maybe.
No.
We'll see. Okay. Maybe we talk about it on Sad Boyz Nightz.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Jacob.
Foot to head.
Jacob, write down Jarvis's party encounter.
Okay. And this is something that is not necessarily 1,000% secret, but it's something we want to reduce the ears for.
Yeah.
This is, okay, I will, again, and it'll be obvious why I don't want to just blast this from the rooftops.
Okay.
But I will give you, this will be something we talk about on Sad Boyz Nightz, our Patreon exclusive podcast, patreon.com/sadboyz. Discretionary entertainment spending only. Okay. Remember, we're never going to do the thing where we're like, you need to do this. Remember, this is, if you're doing it, thank you and we appreciate you. And if you're not doing it, thank you and we appreciate you for being here. Anyway, someone that I made a video about approached me at a party at VidCon.
And he was grumpy.
Really?
Anastasia's words, not mine. We'll talk about it on the Patreon. It's not often that I have tea, but I was the tea.
Can I?
Mr. T.
What is the?
And I pity the fool that doesn't go over to patreon.com/sadboyz. Just kidding, don't do it. Or do. reverse psychology.
Okay, only follow-up I will ask in the public is, how likely do you think somebody's guess would be?
5%.
Wow, okay.
It is.
So it's not a couple I'm thinking.
Well, I mean, but maybe we'll have you do some guesses on nights before I go into it. But like I did go to one or two like crowd engagements, but was mostly like with my same group of people. But anyway, I did not get COVID at VidCon.
Neither did I.
Neither did Anastasia.
And as far as we know, neither did anyone
Eddie
else.
or any of our other friends.
You had the ivermectin going.
No.
Oh, okay.
But, and now Jacob enters the fray. We went to a birthday party for one of our dear friends.
After VidCon.
After VidCon, every single person that I know of at that birthday party got COVID.
But it was a small party.
It was not a big party.
I felt like we were, for the most part, being safe because it was a small party. It was just a bunch of people who all knew each other. And we were it wasn't a public karaoke thing. It was one of the private room karaokes.
And also this didn't stop the like testing every day and all that. But I had a surgery that I had to spend June 1st doing a liquid only diet for, where I had to take a bunch of meds that made me feel terrible. And made bodily operations happen. They put you under, so I needed to have someone drive me home. and take me there. So Anastasia was going to be
I'm
my
his
ride.
designated driver.
Yeah, and it was close by. It wasn't a long drive. Get a text from Anastasia that night. I've got COVID.
And when I took that COVID test, I already told you guys this, but immediately the thickest red line. It felt like a thick Sharpie of red.
Yeah,
it was like, girl, you got COVID.
It's funny to think of it as like quantitative and just be like, oh, there was so much COVID in the liquid.
My virus had reproduced beyond.
Yeah.
Like,
it made a frowning skull.
It was because you know how the like when you take those at home tests, it kind of like moves up.
It's charging up.
It's charging up. And they say do not look before 15 minutes is up because there could be like false residue.
And don't look like an hour after or something like that.
Don't spoil it. You can't. Don't look for 15 minutes.
But it was like immediately bright red and just kept getting redder. And I was like, oh, fuck.
And then so
COVID
Anastasia texts me and it's like midnight or 1 a.m. And I'm like, okay, so my surgery's at 9. I need to go in at 9 a.m. the next day and I don't have a ride. I test. I'm still negative because I was like, if it's going to be positive, let it be positive now and not tomorrow because then I don't have to feel this discomfort that I'm feeling. Right. I'm not like wishing to get COVID. I just want to clarify that. But it was more like I was in a state where I was in a lot of discomfort, let me just say.
And knowing the way, I mean, all of us are in environments where there's not like pre-existing conditions in people we're living with or something.
But
it's just a self-contained bad time.
Yeah, like I am not immunocompromised, but I have been dealing with chronic fatigue for over a year and I don't want to get COVID. I don't want to have any risk of like long COVID or any sort of extenuating symptoms or conditions from that. And actually on that, I do want to shout out a fundraiser that was done on behalf of Diana Physics Girl, who has been dealing with extremely chronic long COVID situation where she has been bedridden and they're basically like doctors aren't able to treat her, know what's wrong. And it's just like a compounding thing of conditions that are all very horrible. They did a fundraiser raising money for research for that. It was put on by Diana's husband, Kyle, and I believe Ian from Smosh, who's also friends with Diana, and Simone Yatch, a friend of ours, also a friend of Diana's. They hosted it. I watched some of the live stream. It was really cool. I learned a lot about a lot more about COVID and long COVID, and I learned a lot of like sort of places to get like medical news and updates about that stuff, but it's so serious. So I want everyone to protect themselves to the best of their ability.
Understandable instinct to want to like disengage from the topic after.
It's not like it never went away. And again, we're not experts. We're just saying, we're speaking on our personal experience and saying to consult, resources from experts. Because while for many, you might be asymptomatic or you might, not have any major complications. The person next to you could be severely impacted. Their life could be upended by COVID. So
with like I don't think even with VidCon, you generally expect to get sick at VidCon. A lot of people catch something or other. Last VidCon, no phenomena in our group, nothing spread quickly. This was pre-VidCon. And had I don't know, like a 2-week knock on now. I feel like we were just planning a D&D night. Someone got COVID.
Yeah. It was so Jacob, Anastasia, myself, and then you first, you're patient 0. Then the three of us got it, and we have all now recovered, but we had like basically a lost week in there where thankfully we had pre-recorded some Sad Boyz, so it didn't look like we were gone for long to our listeners, but
there is a huge surge happening in LA right now of a new strain, and it's a strain that like I've had booster shots and stuff.
I've had 4,
and it's like still getting through. And again, not an expert. I'm just repeating what I've heard from other people, but
we can say with some confidence if someone's talking about it on the show, statistically, probably not an expert. Hey, I'll throw it out there.
I am a doctor.
I'm getting there.
Just kidding.
I'm an expert on a bunch of shit.
But the the thing is like everybody I know has it right now.
Yeah.
Like on Instagram and stuff, people are posting like, hey, I got COVID if you were around me, you know, like, and it's
been 4 years since I had it last.
Same.
Yeah.
And I think like, even with us being very careful, but trying to like go about our daily business, you know, it's like it's possible to get it. And
it is. So just, you know, be safe, treat it seriously.
And you don't have to be immunocompromised for it to very negatively impact you.
Absolutely. Because it can also, again, not an expert, but like it can compromise your immune system. You know what I mean? Like, especially on successive, from what I've read, it can be bad to get it multiple times. So I don't want to get it. This is my second time getting it. So first time in 4 years. I don't want to get it again.
You know, asymptomatically, you can still transfer it. So if that's for someone, knock-on effect. I remember years ago, first year of Patreon or something, I'd never had a vaccine booster of any kind. My adulthood prior, right? And this was my first time working in an office and first time college, because, you know, I was a hick. So I was just like, you don't need no jab from nothing. And then someone just candidly said to me, they were like, well, it's not for you. It's for, I was like, I don't care about getting the flu. I'm like, well, I care about you getting the flu for the people around you by extension. And no one tested for any kind of, at this point in time, it's like 2016. The idea of doing that for influencers, like, at the time was like comical. I'm like, well, I'll just stay home. And I'm wearing a mask now? Okay. I'm a loser for this reason. And I don't know, it's weird to jump back culturally in that way now, but it does. That feels like 1,000,000 years ago.
Right. It literally is like it's the end of an era in my mind.
It's an era.
And this is the beginning of a new era where we need to be more considerate of other people's health. If we're sick, like I have a friend who is immunocompromised and she has to go into the office a few times a week and she wears a mask. Other people will be in the office and will be sick and will say, don't come near me, I'm sick. Wear a freaking mask.
Yeah,
why are
ridiculous.
you not wearing a mask?
That's such a funny, like, careful. My words you can hear might move through the air. I can see them drop onto the ground. There's bullet drop on my
Careful,
infection.
my gun doesn't have a safety on. But anyway, be safe out there, everyone, and practice protection.
Just the thing we all know how to do, but sometimes maybe don't.
Yeah.
I have something to tell you. Because of COVID, I've missed you so much.
Aw, buddy.
It's been like really.
I miss you too. I was thinking about that.
I don't know, because we do hang out outside the show. We will have since just not hanging out with anyone. We're trying to do friendship meta, but every now and then. And we didn't hang out between the last recordings we did in VidCon.
Yeah.
And then VidCon happened.
Because we were planning to be seeing each other all at VidCon.
It's just like
Yeah.
And I just I was talking to someone the other day, and they were saying like, what are you up to this week? I'm like, not much. I should maybe plan something to keep my friendship meta going. I was like, Jarvis, friendship meta. What do I do? And then I bought magic cards. Just one more job. One later.
I know. Because I was also thinking about Katie, your partner, my friend, and I was like, Katie loves poker. There's a lot of poker players who play TCGs because of all the like, you know,
optimal thinking, the running percentages of like, you know, odds of things occurring, drawing cards, whatever, playing to your outs, that kind of thing. And then also there's a Baldur's Gate set, and Katie's a big Baldur's Gate She's
head.
the Baldur's Gate but more than anyone I know, the Baldur's Gate bastard to this very day.
Yeah, I know. She's keeping the torch flying, dude.
Yeah, dude, thank you for her service.
She's the last light, dude. She's the last light in.
She's downright the second act at this point.
So speaking of Baldur's Gate and Magic the Gathering, it won't have happened yet, but I'm filming something this Sunday, that'll be my first me playing Magic the Gathering on camera.
Magic 10.
Well, I filmed something where I was playing Magic the Gathering on camera recently, and it'll come out in the next couple weeks probably. But I wasn't playing with my own cards. I was playing with Bloomborough precons, so you'll see that That said, this is not sponsored, by the way. However, I will absolutely accept your sponsorship, Wizards of the Coast. Please subsidize my excessive Magic the Gathering spending. After our episode with Iffy and Brian, where I called Brian David Kibler, Brian Kibler, the Magic player, the most handsome man in Magic.
Oh, I said I was back in.
Second most handsome man in Magic, reached out, and I'm going to do his Commander series, Commander at Home, and I've been cooking on a deck. I called up Russell, started workshopping some stuff.
Just the anvil.
Yeah, literally
the
like the
on there.
ching, ching,
wiping
ching,
the sweat from your brow.
Yeah, like damning.
To some sense, return from El Terrell.
Yeah, like damn, man. Where'd you find these cards?
Oh, you bought them? All
right, cool. That's nice. I'm like playing with some strategies that are very nostalgic to me, some mechanics that are very nostalgic to my past, and trying to make that working consistent in like 2024 Magic. And we cooked up something cool, I think. I got all the cards for the most part. And I still actually, after this recording, have to go drive and buy a few singles because I'm going to go to a card shop and buy a few of my missing singles. But I went on YouTube and I Googled like the name of my commander and the name of the mechanic that I'm playing with, and to see if anybody else had done this. I find a 4-year-old video from some Wizards of the Coast employees where they're doing deck showcases of decks that they're working on. There's a Wizards employee. He was showing off his deck 4 years ago, and he was like, it's basically the same mechanics I'm playing with. 4 years, a lot of cards have come out since then, so I'm running some different stuff. And I'm like, I want to reach out to this guy and see if we can like exchange notes, because I want to get kind of, this was all theory craft, in my mind. And I wanted to actually see if somebody's been playing with this deck for years, like what.
This is more like the stage of you're drawing up the blueprints and then you're bundling it up like, this one, that's not good enough.
That's exactly what, no, truly, there's incredible tools for Magic the Gathering. Like, so me and Russell, I was yesterday at a coffee shop. I was on Discord with Russell, and we were on an online tool because I have my deck list in an online tool. There's a create sample hand function where you can draw 7 basically from your deck and see. And we'd literally like refresh the hand and we'd be like, okay, what's the turn 1 play? What's the line? What are we doing? Like blah, blah, blah. And like keep doing that. And then like, oh, we're not seeing. And then you can also play a simulator. Like you can literally like go through the motions of a game, which Commander decks are 100 cards and they're pretty hard to shuffle a lot. Like my hands get tired. So it's nice to be able to do it on a thing. Oh, not to mention like half these cards I wasn't able to get, so I printed them all out.
I was wondering what that is.
Yeah.
I just had a weekend of, I just bought some precision scissors because I've been making D&D handouts.
Yeah.
Like item cards. And I tell you what, mate, feels nice to do crafts.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel nice to do little crafts?
To a degree, but I was using kitchen scissors because I was in a rush and to cut this paper, which sounds like making money or something.
Yeah, I'm in a rush to get the bag.
To get this paper, baby.
I'm going as fast as I can for the broccoli.
And so this is where my
this is piracy. What you're doing is piracy.
This is where my printer ran out of ink.
Right before the useful part.
Yeah.
Right before the description.
Right before the description
cards.
of the cards. And so yeah, I was just running my own like homebrew proxies. It basically have just been in big test mode. And let me tell you, that is very fun. Like going from like an idea, a kernel of an idea, then you make like a deck, you basically pull 150 cards that you might run that have like sort of synergies with what you're doing. Like even now I have in this deck box, I have
sheathing the blade.
I have like these, this is the deck. And then I have like cards that are like, these cards I need to add in, they're in different sleeves. And then I have some old pictures when I was playtesting. I would use different color sleeves for cards that were like core parts of the deck versus cards I was testing. Cause I'm not playing competitively. So I'm not like trying to cheat and know what cards are what. I'm literally trying to decide like, does this make it in the final list or not? And I need to be able to know, is this one of the cards that I'm sticking with? Is this one of the cards I'm considering? And that was just so much fun.
It feels nice to funnel hyperfocus. It's nice to funnel hyperfocus into like however you want to define practical or whatever, right? Like can be a useful tool, but I feel like there's much less of a hangover when it's something that is purely passion. I don't know if that makes sense. Sometimes I will like, clean the house or something. Ultimately productive, and I do have a decent time podcast in the year. There's a exhaustion at the end of it that like doesn't feel as cathartic. You don't really get to sit feeling satisfied. And then if you do work, it's great. There's work off the table, but you're in like an overly productive mindset, and that is hard to get out of and relax.
Right.
When it is something that is like practical and proactive, and other stuff is covered, that feels real good. Especially if you feel like you've learned enough to satisfy your brain, but not in a way where you're like frustrated with how little progress you made or something like that.
It feels like it's like a lot of creative problem solving too. Like just getting to chat with some of my friends, because we were also hanging out. Me and Russell were talking to our friend Arjun, who like we were roommates in college. And like we were friends in San Francisco. He still lives in San Francisco, but we hadn't like chatted in a long time. So it was just nice to catch up. And then like he had a lot of insights and just like workshopping things with people and like running things by them. And just like all the people that I met throughout the process of like, like people at my local game store and like meeting like shop owners and literally reaching out, like just blind tweeting a Wizards of the Coast employee being like, I've never done, hey, DM me like that. But he had verified only turned on because Elon made that default and not a lot of people turned it off. I sent him a tweet that was like, hey, I have a question about a 4-year-old deck list of yours. And I ended up sending him my deck list after, we'd done all this work on it. And he was like, oh, this has a few tricks I'll add into my deck. And I was like, well, look at that. Hey, the student has become the master.
Hey, kid, catch.
And then there was another, because he's a card designer, and there's another card in my deck that's one of my win conditions. And I sent him a picture of that card doing some work because it wasn't in his list. And he said, I designed that card. So it's cool to see it like getting some.
So he can't use it because that's nepotism.
You're right.
He has to use other people's cards.
That's the gathering portion of
that
the
is
name.
The gathering. That is the gathering.
It brings people together.
I was talking to somebody the other day who's had like just circumstantially they moved and they weren't as close to some of their friends as they used to be in the city they moved to. They didn't have friends in, so it wasn't to here, but it was to California, and they were asking like how to make friends, not in a they've never had friends way. Just so many of their friends were circumstantial friends, first from school, and then they went to college near their hometown. And a lot of their friends went to that one, and then they also made some at college. And it's like college almost feels like it should be you're cementing permanent bonds because you're adults and you're kind of working together. But their job here that they moved for, it's not in an office. It's not like no obliged hanging out, which sounds cynical, but it is obliged hanging out, and it does help cultivate relationships with people you may not even normally hang out with, or it just gives you hours cooking, keeps you social, reminds you what muscles to flex. And I think I am just gonna start recommending like hobbies you're not even doing. But I feel like Groupon events are always the go-to, or like climbing. Climbing, it's fun, but it's a lot of not talking to each other.
Yeah, and there is like in defensive climbing, a lot of the people I know who do it have found like a lot of community in it and stuff.
But Magic does feel like it is a more transferable kind of like, hey, do you want to come around?
Yeah, because like now I want to teach everybody and host like things and get it, because there's also just so many different ways to play. But
I think as someone, I'm talking about myself, who is sometimes shy and has a hard time like making conversation, finding a hobby where you're talking about something specific.
Yeah,
it's a good way to get to know people, kind of like D&D, because it's like there are friends that I've made that I've like played D&D with multiple times, and like didn't know their real name for a while. I just knew their character's name.
Yeah.
Bellatrix. Do you want to come out and hang out?
But then we eventually became friends because like
Or would that be Lestrange?
Yeah, you were doing Harry Potter themed and you played like one of the slave goblins or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, one of the money grubbing goblins.
Yeah, or the little elves who like doing it.
Gringotts.
So you shaved your head.
Oh, let's talk about the hair.
Relax. Everybody chill out. If you're only listening to the audio version, you can probably hear how aerodynamic I am now. It's hard to keep me awake.
It is it's tough for the mic because every time you move your head, you get a whew.
I've been hanging out this week, actually.
It's like your ninja neighbor.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I obviously had to do it in order to join the Shaolin Temple. Right. They've been educating me. I've been learning Bushido also. No resolution to the ninja neighbor. That is not developed in any way. Okay. Haven't seen them again. Starting to question if I did the first time.
I think it might just
such
be
is the practice of the Ronin.
Yeah, I think it might just be that they're moving so quickly.
Yeah, well, they're in a Katsuki, so that makes sense. I got sick of managing longer hair. I felt really bad because the barista I see almost every day said specifically like, "Oh, you should keep growing it out. Let's see it." And I gave a fuzzy pre-meds having kicked in assurance. So like,
you're like, I'll never cut it for you, barista.
No problem. I'm holding the razor. Stop! Don't do it. So, but I got a little tired of it, and I like it a little bit more grown out than this. And so I thought I would roll the bones.
I do that too. Like I like this amount of stubble. It's like a little bit shorter than like the shortest I feel like I can cut, like with a garter on. And so
I did make a horrible mistake.
Oh yeah?
I had kind of the goatee going on because I was just curious, right? See it grow out a little bit. I had already made an essential mistake that meant that it couldn't work. I had cut off a part that couldn't have worked, but I briefly gestured towards a kind of poet style little bit at the bottom. Looked way better than I anticipated it looking. Cringe, but would have kept it at least for the episode. But I'd made the essential mistake of trimming this whole, because I have like very inconsistent lower facial hair growth. This just lines here, the part you need. The reverse chop. For some reason, I grow. It's just full here. Like all the follicles got pushed into. Right. So this part just gets filled up. I have like lumberjack.
I think that's like a natural hair growth pattern, and I've started to think that some of the commonly understood like styles of hair are like people whose hair naturally grew in that way, and they were like, well, let's just clean up around it and just focus on this part.
But I trimmed this. I trimmed that little portion. I started that. The soul patch, yeah. Because I'm like, well, that's. I think I should have just looked at a reference photo, but I'm too proud. It made this patch look odd without it. I may try it again. I
feel
like I'm evading looking too much like a bard. That's like a
dude, you are so
prospect.
close to bard.
I do think because you're British, you could get away with a little Shakespearean hair.
Well, that's the thing. I think I am better equipped for it, but I also don't want to indulge in that part of my brand too much.
No, I like...
It's like when your coach is like, or like the coach at your school is like, you should play basketball. And I'm like, I'm not an athletic person, I'm just long.
I don't know if I'll be able to find it. But there have been a few times like when I've shaved myself like weird facial hair to just be like, what's this? Oh, this is funny. This is the last time my hair was short. It was December 30th, 2022.
Wow.
Something I realized I should just start bringing to the show is sometimes I won't even ask anyone. Sometimes it will come up in natural conversation, go nowhere, and then I would just write it down on my phone. But I would write down hypotheticals in the vein of a would you rather, but closer to like, what are you going to do? What do you do? If that happens, what do you do? You're on a second date.
Second date.
Going smooth as damn hell.
Okay.
She's perfect. She's elegant. She's funny.
Okay.
You guys are having a good time.
Having a great time.
She has whatever the sexiest name is. Chi-Chi. Third date.
Android 18. Sorry, I was thinking of other beautiful names.
That's perfect. Android 18.
Android 18. Me and Android 18 are on a second date.
You're 2 feet tall, you're bald. You have 6 dots in your head.
I'm Krillin. I'm chilling, I'm Krillin.
You are having a really wonderful time. And then partway through the date, you realize that she doesn't blink often. And she's like very still.
Android, yeah.
You guys are, again, still a really...
They're based on humans, guys. She was a human first, but then Dr. Giraud put a bomb in her heart.
Escalates to a third date. They haven't spent a night together yet.
So end of second date, I'm like, great date, great vibes. Not blinking so much.
Maybe just hyper moisturized eyes. You know, I lotion my eyes. We all do.
Right.
Fourth date rolls around, she comes back to yours. You're going to watch a movie.
Yeah, true. We do that.
It's dark. You're watching a movie, having a wonderful time. Small fly goes in the room. She extends her tongue, grabs it, eats it. It's really quick and it is dark. But you hear it goes past her, and maybe from like this angle, like you're set.
Yeah. Right.
So you can see, I don't know, what's that, like, that's about like 120 degrees of the kind of diagonal quarter.
100%.
One crunch.
Protein.
Reaches over, grabs a drink, takes a sip.
Cool.
You see her eyes blink sideways.
Blink sideways? Aww.
But you think. It's very dark.
Okay.
Have you seen her eat other food?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's not weird. It's not some kind of android.
Because like, okay, so first, like, when she extends her tongue to eat the fly, my first thought is, what that tongue do?
I was thinking the same thing.
Well, to be fair, one point of concern is that it, in order to grab the fly, probably has some kind of sticky elasticity to it. You have kicked, you've maybe even French kissed, and it's not been noticeable. She seems to have a normal tongue. There was a transformative element to it. I have opened the floor for questions, Scott.
So my big thing now is like, so the question on the table is like, where do we move from here? Do we bring it up? Are we going on? Will we get married? Are we going on date number 5?
And rarely do you even address it in the moment.
Do I address it in the moment?
Just 1/3 through the movie.
I go,
gulp. Reaches for a chip, has a dips a chip.
Mind if I ask pause the movie? Mind if I ask a quick question?
She's chewing, but gulp.
What's she eating there?
Some salsa.
That's a big fly. You can't even like talk normal.
Yeah, you can see it in her throat sinking down.
Oh, so she's lying to me about.
She did reach for a nacho chip, but is like clearly still holding.
No,
it.
I thought I saw you eat a fly.
You're so funny.
Oh, okay.
This is like a weird bit, right?
And then another thing I saw that I thought I saw. It's dark. I thought I saw your eyes blink sideways, which was interesting. Did I see that correctly? Like, no judgment, of course.
No, and she puts her hand on your shoulder. Perfectly warm blood. Nothing peculiar about the temperature of her blood.
Okay.
Nothing peculiar about the tension of her speech.
Okay.
As far as she does spend a lot of time lying in the sun. She goes to Coachella, but all the photos you've seen, she's laying.
She's lying to the sun right here.
A lot of time laying on. You wish.
Yeah.
She reaches over, kisses you. It's perfect.
Okay.
She walks outside for a second, comes back in. She's chewing. A buzzing went away when she did so.
I can't help but notice that, like, you can be honest with me.
She's on the phone.
Sorry, is
she's
this
like,
a bad time?
Sorry, I'm on the phone.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can wait.
Like I just had one. Okay. I catch the litter dead. Put
dad.
The phone down.
Okay. Beep. Oh, was that your dad?
Yeah, we were just catching up.
What did you just have one of that you were talking about?
Oh, well,
if you don't mind my intrusion.
We were just talking about laying down on a rock in the sun in the desert. Yeah, it's a hobby of his.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's a active hobbyist.
Is he a frog? Is your dad a frog? I'm sorry if that's like a weird question.
Not even close. Not even a similar type of creature.
Oh, creature. I was just thinking frog standing for friendly, regular old guy.
He is pretty nice. And he's a regular human and so am I. And I gotta head out.
Okay.
Movie's all done, yeah?
Well, 15 minutes.
I love The Matrix. I love how it ends when Neo gets out of the pod.
Yeah. So the thing about that is that this isn't the end of this movie. It's 90 minutes long.
Okay. Here's the thing. I need my 18 hours of sedentary sitting in the sun. So now that it's summer, thankfully, that's better for me.
Well, so the thing is, things were going so well.
Thank you.
Between you and I was really feeling a connection.
Couldn't agree more.
But now I'm feeling a bit of distance. I'm feeling a bit of like, cagey language. I feel like you're kind of dodging my direct questions.
You're right.
Oh,
I'll admit it.
Yeah.
I struggle to connect with people in the past. It's I don't always want to invite people back to my enclosure, my apartment, because I don't know if they can. It's kind of like a very emotionally speaking, well curated biome. That
it's an emotionally curated biome.
Yeah,
it's not like a literally curated humid swamp.
The issue is also very humid. I don't have AC.
Right, that's not going to be good for me. Okay, I do think that you can go.
All right,
So I don't want to keep you.
She's perfect.
Right. See, the thing is, I'm going to have to disagree with the fact that she's perfect because she is a frog.
Oh no! Okay, I mean, maybe she's a little lizardy. I couldn't say what specifically.
Or a lizard of sorts. Now, I do want to let the record show that I am willing to look past a lot of these things because I am alone.
So that's a yes. You could.
No, but there's just too many things. Like, I don't really feel like we're connecting from a communication standpoint. It seems like we're approaching from two different places. Right. Her biome is not one that's compatible with me.
That's true. It is. It's curated.
I do have to keep it pretty cool. Don't love eating flies.
Those eyelids, though, huh?
The eyes are a bit of a deal breaker for me. I think I have. Sometimes in my brain, it's just like one of those like, oop, now I can't be, I'm not in the mood anymore.
Did I give you the ick?
It's a little bit, did I give you the ick? And for me, the ick is when you have sideways blinking eyeballs.
I don't mind the lizard stuff. Can't stand the lying.
No, I would say that the biggest, I do think the biggest red flag was the lying and the eyeing for me.
The eye parts on her. What physiologically would push this over the limit for you, Anastasia? If the eyes and if that's not an issue for you. They have Invisalign, so like it doesn't get on their teeth or anything.
I would be asking about the like, do these flies carry any diseases? What is the like general hygiene of eating a fly out of the sky?
They have a sanitizing fluid that they generate inside their mouth. Also, you get high if you lick their skin.
I would continue dating her, and I would hope that she learns to trust me.
Oh, you can change it.
Are we dating exclusively? Because if we open things up, maybe I could date other members of the animal kingdom.
I see what you mean. Yeah. Oh, the hybrid.
I feel like I've read enough sci-fi and watched enough sci-fi movies to be like, I've been prepared my whole life to date some other species.
Right. I will say, just to be trad, this is such a girl answer.
That is the thing that reminds me of. That is the thing that reminds me of how a guy's "hear me out" will be like Anne Hathaway. It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean hear you out? And then a woman's "hear you out" will be a wooden Pinocchio boy.
It'll be a lizard person.
It'll be like a desk.
Yeah, hear me out. It's like a trash can with googly eyes.
Yeah, he's a 10, but he's from IKEA.
I do want to talk about Tuah, but actually, I want to show Jordan Rappin For Jesus real quick.
Boy, so do I.
So you let me know if you've seen this.
Rappin For Jesus, Pastor and Mrs. Jim Colrick, Youth Outreach Director and Editor Brian Spinney. Oh, no, Brian Spinney.
Well, I wrote this song for the Christian youth. I want to teach kids the Christian truth. If you want to reach those kids on the street, then you got to do a rap to a hip-hop beat. So I gave my sermon an urban kick. My rhymes are fly, my beats are sick. My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is my nigga.
My brain said, of course.
Yeah.
My brain said, I hope.
Yeah.
When he hit me with bigger.
Yeah, you knew it was coming.
First of all, it says his wife is involved. Is that just as a lyricist, or does she hop on the beat and does she throw out anything else?
So I have no idea where it goes after this, but once I got to this point, I was like, this will kill Jordan if he hasn't seen it before.
Fucking rules.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
I don't think, I've never connected more with religion, but one of my favorite it's only about the ha style. Can we jump back?
Can we jump back where he cuts to the group of smiling minorities?
Yeah, yeah, and he's kind of gingerly is half pointing,
and he's doing gang signs.
Well, it's because that guy's wearing blue.
Yeah, can we back up to where they cut to that, because that's a pretty awesome cut.
Well, I wrote this song for the Christian youth.
I just found out about that guy.
The Christian truth. If you want to reach those kids on the street, then you.
Oh my God, he literally is doing I thought it was just like an awkward pose he was doing. It looked like it.
No, you can see his face that he's really locked in.
He's doing the coordination of trying to do like the blood symbol, but that's not what that is.
Yeah, who knows
And
what he's even doing.
I hope that he's not. He's blocking one person. I wonder what their whole deal was. I wonder if that was a third black person who was
Is he blocking a person, or is he wearing a very low-hanging backpack?
Yeah, that's true. It's full of his lyrics. And it's like thousands and
His
thousands
rhyme
of drafts.
books, yeah.
Always says the N-word.
Yeah. It's literally everything that rhymes with the N-word that he can think of.
I really hope he says it again.
My rhymes are fly, my beats are sick, my crew is big.
That was when I keyed in. Mm-hmm. That was the moment, and I kind of, you know that part in Interstellar where Matthew McConaughey's watching the video of his child, and he just like kind of starts to chuckle and then laugh, and then he's like almost hysterical with it's so emotionally resonant. That was where I started it, and I'm like, a video of my son or whatever.
It's funny because when you rap in this style, this slowly, you telegraph every single line.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. He's kind of doing Tom McDonald in more ways than one.
Well, he is rhyming more than Tom and Tom.
Yeah, he's more on beat.
He's a life changer, miracle arranger, born to the virgin mom in a manger, water to wine.
Right, he's
a
kind of spitting.
Exchanger, and he died for your sins.
Was that like 4 little bits of clip art and then one of the most detailed renderings of Christ's corpse I've ever seen?
It's like when parents took their kids to watch
Passion
of the Christ.
Yeah.
It's like, kids shouldn't be seeing this much gore.
I preach the word, that's my gig, and I rhyme better than Notorious Big.
There was an option there that would have been really bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It would have been steering directly into oncoming traffic.
That's a deer in the headlights running towards the truck.
Though I will say the guy in the back with the smoke machine has now become my favorite person to ever exist.
He's also barely in
back?
frame. Is he supposed to be?
He's it looks like, if someone's holding a hose that has a really high pressure water going through, they like can't control the hose. It looks like that's happening in very slow motion to him with that smoke machine.
Yeah, it's Mario's little backpack and sunshine.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah, there he goes. And then this is awesome, the bouncing clip art.
That's pretty badass. He's crossing his arms.
The other MCs, I wish them well, but...
Oh, those are other MCs.
The other MCs wish him well.
That's
the guy on the right is going, I wish you well.
Thanks very much. You're my babe.
Now I'ma pass the mic to my lovely wife. She's a fly MC and the light of my life. So to bust a rhyme without further ado, take it away, Mary Sue.
Mary Sue.
Jesus Christ is my nigga.
Oh, Mary Sue.
Mary Sue.
Mary Sue. Did she stand up and do it?
There's a platform below the floor that...
Oh my God!
And then there's fucking glitter too. I also noticed.
Is that her? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is her. She's like lying in wait. She really wasted no time. She was like, Mary Sue, how do you do, nigga?
I heard me say, it's like Bloody Mary. You say it once, and she yells the N-word at you.
So let's back up a little bit. Let's also watch how this guy.
I like him.
He's lip syncing to his song, but he doesn't lip sync to his words. So if you watch his mouth, it feels a little like Madam Web ADR.
If another MC says you're a freak, you're a lame butt rapper and your rhymes are weak.
A lame butt rapper?
I don't get mad and I don't critique. I forgive him and turn the other cheek. I don't blaspheme and I don't brag.
Has sex appeal.
Oh, actually,
it's got everything.
By the way, the fact that at 1 minute and 33 seconds they censor the O in God because they don't want to use the Lord's name in vain after just blasting the N-word.
Yeah, that's crazy. Censoring.
Oh, and a swear word.
Yeah.
Cuss, and my pants don't sag. I do exude a little Christian swag.
My pants don't sag. This is some Bruno shit from Black White.
This is some
Which, by the
old
way, we
school.
still have to watch the last episode.
I know. It feels like, frankly, it feels like I'm saving myself.
Yeah, like it'll be the last thing I do before I die.
Well,
So she doesn't cuss. and her pants don't sag.
She doesn't say any words.
I think agree to disagree about that is the thing.
To be fair, so do all these other butt MCs.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I think she said lame butt.
Lame
butt.
rap, I believe. Yeah. Very cool.
Dude, imagine their look, again, I don't know if this is like some very good parody with black writers. But I'm imagining a parent who's like, you can't curse, but the N-word is okay. This is wild.
Don't
Legit.
say that. I said you're being one. Mom.
You're being a lame butt.
Being a lame butt rapper.
Proud to be an American.
Jesus Christ is a nigga.
It's the
Let his
hook.
light shine through ya.
Let his love pop a cap in your butt and say hallelujah.
Do you think it's a real gun?
1,000,000%. That's a real
Yeah, there's no way they had a prop gun.
loaded.
I also love that the guy, that guy. I love how when you get shot in the butt, his response is to go, "Oh, Jerry,
Careful, my butt.
my butt's right there."
Jerry, you and my niggas right now.
What? Like
You're a butt rapper
is
for
that
this.
cross made out of painter's tape? Like what's happening there? It's like peeling up.
I mean, honestly, if the original one was made like that, it would have been a lot easier.
This is how I know it's a real gun because their prop game is not like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Well, that's
like
where the
they have-
budget went.
Yeah, they have fucking arts and crafts and then just a 45.
Well, I mean, maybe he's been shot in the butt before. In Nam, I don't know.
Yeah. He shot his butt plate.
If you do drugs and you think you're cool, you need to come to Sunday school. Put those drugs in a garbage can. Stand up tall, you're a Christian man.
Boyz, are you allowed to go to Sunday school if you're an adult?
Yeah, don't.
It's like a bunch of kids like, I'm coming along because my mom works Sundays. And he's like, I'm coming along because I've been on heroin for 2.5 years. And I wanted to learn about the law. I was told by a racist pastor that I needed to go.
Someone said if Jesus Christ was my nigga, then I needed to come to Sunday school. I'm 65.
Is that true?
Word up. I'm freestyling.
Hit
No,
me.
you're not.
Why did she get a little mic? Oh, what? Oh, he was doing more. What could he have been saying that they didn't play the audio for then?
To join our youth outreach program or to join our congregation, go to and then the most blown out website. It looks like it's made with AI. This image.
It's like the length of a Welsh town name.
Oh, there it is. West W Second Church of Christ. Of course, they don't have a SSL certificate for their website, so
Yeah.
Chrome doesn't want us to go to it.
But they have this website that was linked at the end of the video. And basically, all it is a page saying like, you know, Pastor Jim here, our church had to, you know, close down and, you know, best of luck to everyone. But there were some, you know, YouTube video essayists.
Because this is like a super old clip. Like I remember seeing this like a long time ago, but
Insane that I have not seen
it came
here's
back
the
on
thing.
my feed from this tweet. And I was like, oh, I need to show Jordan this.
People say the algorithm doesn't work anymore. But
So the original video was posted on this YouTube account under the name of this guy, Brian Spinney. And people were basically doing research on the website and the YouTube account that it was posted on. And the original description of the video was, here's a project I made with my like youth pastor back in my hometown as a part of a youth outreach group back in 2004. I thought people would find this funny. But people like looked into the account and the website, and both of them were created in 2013. And he also uses the word swag in a way that was not used in 2004. And so they're like, there's no way this is from 2004 or like the 90s or anything. So now the no one really knows who's behind this. But they're like, this was made in 2013 and was likely just like
it's like generally thought to be a hoax.
I love that. I love the idea of finding these two, maybe they're a real couple, with the willingness and enthusiasm to put some gaffer tape on their wall to make a cross and say the N-word 400 times. You know what I say? And let me tell you, in the cut, on beat.
It is interesting because people still like don't know like who's like behind the project or like who these people really are.
It's effective internet lore. I just hope it was done by black people. And I think the reason we don't know who did it is probably not.
Yeah, Brian Spinney. I've never heard a name like that for anyone. Because that could be one of those like super colonial names, like like a Washington. Where you're like, oh, well, no. I think I see why so many people have this one.
Because it's like, these names, because Brian Spinney, I found the YouTube thing, but it's like their only upload is Rappin For Jesus. So it's like.
Oh, the song. I like that.
Probably just
that might be a fake name.
Exactly. It's probably just fake.
How about an alarm? That song as the morning alarm to really get you going.
I would love to find the answer to this mystery.
Proud father of 2, loving husband and devoted Christian. Iowa born. I wouldn't say lower.
I feel like someone would definitely take credit for this if it wasn't. But like you'd think people would find that guy, that actor, and then find out that he was like just hired for it. You know what I mean?
They did create some playlists. Videos I love, Christianity. This is oddly sincere. These are just regular videos.
So
David after dentist.
So the woman is an actress named Elizabeth Ince.
Ince?
It's literally incel without the L.
Oh.
Because incels never take those.
You got to stop supporting them so much.
Oh, okay.
I saw Jarvis take the red pill the other day.
Hey, that was a Mike and Ike.
Oh, fair enough.
And I took it in confidence. I found her. She went to Juilliard in the 50s.
Hell yeah. She was the first one.
It showed.
It did show.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you without performing for a lifetime, you don't have the hamstring.
She's in LA. I wonder if
she's in LA.
We can have her on the podcast.
She's on the south side.
I need to know, because it doesn't matter if it's parody,
right?
Unless it was written by black people,
right? That's a decent insight.
This is the type of thing that if it was like on like Key and Peele or something, and they're in the background, or like that was the context of it, then
the Key and Peele bit would be a third verse by a black guy, who is like now. Like he did not know those were going to be the
or
first
it'd be like
verses.
a black cameraman who's like, I did not know this would be happening.
The guy
today.
doing the beat in the background, he's holding his headphones closer. What?
Did they say that?
I find this fascinating.
Do we want a hawk tour for Thumbelina?
Oh yes, absolutely.
I can't believe I just said that.
So let's talk on to another topic.
Can I say I think it is so funny that blackface and white people saying the N-word is inexorably tied to us now. It is undeniably kind of foundational to our work as a duo.
Which is okay, I think.
It's actually really good. And you too, Anastasia. No. But in a tangential sense.
That's true. I mean, yeah.
Rules of association. And people who don't know, this is a clip that went really viral from
like a drunk street interview.
How many is on your roster?
There's only one I want. I love you, Pookie, forever.
How do you get over a breakup?
The only way to get over one is get under another. Beat the cobwebs off this thing.
This mother don't miss.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk to it. Spit on that thing. You get me?
Banty, that edit is almost incomprehensible.
I love the cut to Snoop Dogg. I love it.
Stressful.
I unironically watch these. There's these YouTubers who do like comedic breakdowns of like Dragon Ball Z fights, and will just do full cutaways.
We watched
like
one time.
NBA memes. Yeah, they're super funny. But I've come back around to just a completely unrelated cut away to a meme. It's now become quaint to me.
It's like an Easter egg. The actual video is like an Easter egg in between clips.
So this is the Hawk to a Girl, and something happened where we all just decided that she's the next celebrity.
Because I saw all of that and
by
I
the
heard
way,
it referenced and then watched it. I'm like, that's it? That is it. The thing that we have built this temple on is square
by the way,
foot.
this is no criticism of the Hawk to a Girl herself, whose name is Haley.
Haley Tuah. Haley. I like that. Cool.
Girl could be getting her own show.
I'm Hyland. I'm from Belfast, Tennessee.
After sources told TMZ she spent her 4th of July weekend meeting producers and talent agencies. Since the video of her went viral, producers have been sending reality show pitches and are said to be determined to make a show based on her life.
I think the whole community did that with the Daily Mail, you know, just.
It's really been a blessing.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so she's
Real
from
fast
Tennessee. And,
Just a hometown girl, hot too.
and like it just became a meme, but we see so many memes happen all the time. And it's very interesting to me, the ones that are like immediately catapulted into like mainstream, like she has like a talent manager now.
Doesn't this feel more like the early 2010s where you're like, oh, look at like the velocity of viral stuff now feels so much faster that like things like this filter out instantly.
This feels like a Key and Peele sketch. This is like this is like the High on Pot News sketch where the guy who like made the High on Pot News is like the next day he's like meeting the president.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like.
But like I feel like 2010 is like ain't nobody got time for that was in
hide your
cameos
kids,
for a decade.
Hide your wife.
And you're like, oh, it's this guy again. And he's in every, he was in the Logan Paul movies. And
it's like when Antoine Dodson did Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife on the news and was like sampled in a bunch of stuff. Like didn't get a reality show. Didn't get like didn't get a $30K appearance fee at like a club. And I'm like,
I mean, presumably it would be a streaming service reality show because they can just knock it out for a relatively low price, like, and not even have to schedule it on like TV or anything. They could just.
I think it's also interesting that we literally know nothing about her. She doesn't have social media. Like there's nothing else.
Like, cause I watched some stuff of hers. I like felt like I was getting fireside chats, like onto my feed where it's like a statement from the Hawk Tuah girl. And then it'll be like, a Hawk Tuah goes, I don't have any social media. If you see any social media, like that's not me. And if you're seeing any merch, that's not me. We're working on official merch.
My fellow Americans, you gotta spit on it, by the way.
But you gotta spit on that thing.
Now watch this drive.
And watch this drive. And so it's like, it's like so funny because we don't know anything about her, and I'm not saying that she is not deserving of fame or anything like that, because I don't think that there's like a such thing as like just being deserving of fame. But I find it interesting, like when we decide to like promote. This is why people say things are like industry plants. I feel because it's like I blinked and then suddenly it was like Donald Trump is considering Hawk Tuah girl as his. As his,
his running mate.
His running mate. Yeah.
You try and find more information.
Communications director.
Vice President Hawk Tuah girl.
It's like the cultural version of when you hear about a meme, you try looking it up on Twitter and it's only reactions to it. You're like, no, but what's going on? I don't get it. How?
And she's doing exactly the right thing where it's like, depending on your situation, like she's capitalizing on this to the best of her degree because who knows how long this will like last.
That's very, it's smart.
And it's very smart, but it is like so interesting to like the next day be like, okay, I quit my job. I moved to Hollywood. I'm like, there's a small part of me that's like, slow down.
Careful.
But then I'm also like, you can always move back home. You have a supportive, it sounds like she has a supportive community.
It's like seeing the Miles Morales kid driving a Ferrari. I'm like, whoa, don't do more Galaxy
or
universe.
It's when like Gypsy Rose got out of jail and then everything was like, it was like so much fame so quickly as this person's.
It seemed to negatively impact her. Like she's now retreated.
That feels like it had less cultural longevity than Hawk Tuah girl.
Yeah.
And she already had a TV show about her life.
But it's like, okay, she's being brought out to all these shows. Like she came out to a Luke Bryan show. She came out to this club. And I'm like, that's great. It's cool. But I just find it so, I want to be clear that I'm not trying to shame or put down Hawk Tuah girl. I just think it's so fascinating. And in like such a sex repressed society that we live in, her basically, like if you watch that interview, it's like very sex positive, you know what I mean? And
best way to get over someone's under the next. And she's Southern and like,
and then being like super Southern and then like being at these country shows and all these things. And I'm like,
when she's a pretty woman.
And she's a pretty woman.
Jesus.
And
Anastasia.
And it's just like one of those things where if it's so interesting, like who's allowed to be sexual, who's allowed to sexualize themselves. Not that she's sexualizing herself, but it's like, I believe that everyone should be allowed. There shouldn't, it's not like I would say I consider myself a sex positive person where it's like, hey, I just remember like, and this is like just like my feed. I think about like Bobby Altoff, who immediately was like, everybody was like, I think it's valid criticism that like she was interviewing all these rappers and then her bit was like not getting it and it could be like could be seen as like kind of belittling or like making light of the work that, you know, people are doing in all these black spaces. And this like white woman is now brought up as this like kind of person with this like huge voice in hip hop culture all of a sudden out of nowhere. So I understand where all the like industry plant stuff comes in with her. And then I also think about like Lil Nas X where like, well, Lil Nas X, sex positive, queer artist, and Lil Nas X comes out with Old Town Road, and everybody's like industry plant, one hit wonder, and that was like a huge like creative triumph and a big successful commercial product.
And Old Town Road, not a talking about sex song,
right?
But by virtue of outside of music, just being a gay man.
Just being himself.
That was enough to catapult that.
And I don't know if y'all remember how much stuff there was with Old Town Road and like not being considered in like country charts and like all that stuff. And
most
then
people were saying like one hit wonder and like
everybody, it seemed like they wanted him to fail.
And having a somehow some pushback about if it's not valid, not just as a country song, but as art output. Because if kids like this, they have been tricked by the gay agenda. They say it's different.
And like Lil Nas X is like a very like diverse and talented artist, like both visually and musically, and is working so hard in doing so much of his artistic expression.
And it's now just a hit wonder. He just makes it.
Only to be constantly like belittled. And then like meanwhile it's like, hey, she was talking about blowjobs, make her the most famous woman alive. Like it's just
I'm curious to see how her brand is
I don't want to
distributed.
take anything away from her because she's absolutely capitalizing it on.
She rocks.
which she should do. It's more the public that
it's just an interesting like public reaction.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much because people are just going to come to it with the down home like just a girl from Belfast, Tennessee, just like me too. I'm from some, one of those. And then they're going to maybe watch the reality show and she's just going to reference sex in any kind of broad, vague way because it's a show about life, which involves that. I'm going to be like, this is a sin.
The other thing is like when stuff happens like this, I'm thinking about like, okay, how do you turn this into something that has gas? And then also, how do you get the right people around you that you're not being like kind of drained of everything? In entertainment especially, there's so many sharks in the water who just want to like drain you for every last drop. And so it would suck if she had a bad experience. So I hope she does have like the right, like I hope her manager and her team that she's building is a good team and is gonna actually like build something long-term for her, especially she's about to uproot her life and like kind of go whole hog, no pun intended, on this entertainment thing. But just watching these interviews, it's like so interesting to go from like, I quit my job, now we're working on shows and we're working on podcasts and we're TV shows and appearances. And I was like, am I crazy to say like, can we pump the brakes a tad?
It kind of feels like how,
or is it like you have to strike while the iron's hot? So it's like, I'm of two minds.
You know how like movies and TV will have, if they write someone that goes viral and then becomes famous, they kind of don't really understand how it works. They just go like, because they come up with something and it's like, it's the football man. And then like, football man given 2,000 deals to, and it's like, okay, well, that's not really how it goes. These people often don't become famous. Maybe something moves. This actually is how it's going.
It feels like someone won a contest to be famous and now everyone is in on it. And again,
it's like Back Kid.
That is not about any lack of talent or skill or anything from Hawk Tuah. I know people do that a lot with Kim Kardashian, where they're like, she has no skills and she's so famous, blah, blah, blah. Right. And I just think that ends up like sexist most of the time. And
she's famous for no
it's
reason.
More like we haven't even given this girl a chance to demonstrate who she is. And that's what she will be doing with all this content. But it feels a little like putting the cart before the horse, because the only thing we have right now is spit on a penis.
When the pandemic first hit and at the beginning of lockdown, there was a TikTok song that was going around that was like, I'm stuck in the house and I'm in the house bored. Yeah. So that guy, his name is Curtis Roach, and he had like got famous because of that song. Like everyone was doing stuff on TikTok with that song. And that was it, right? You don't hear from him forever. And now he's got his sort of like second career on TikTok. But the thing is, he was a rapper before that song took off. So he's been like working on his career and like trying. Right. And then that song takes off and he, is like, great, I'm a rapper. I'm gonna use this. And he connected with Tyga and other people. Right. And
Tyga, he's sketch, but
I mean,
okay.
I just mean like actually made moves with his career. And then now has, does like a lot of stuff on TikTok and has like an audience that it's his career. Yeah. But that happened because he did all of this work leading up to that internet moment.
Yeah. It's like Doja Cat's experience to some extent. But then, I mean, she had an interesting pivot because making music for a long time, publishing music for a long time, and then did a meme song that blows up, gets on Color Show, does the Color Show, that blows up. Yeah. And then now is afforded a degree of legitimacy. And again, not a criticism. It's just funny to see the experience of someone. It's like before Doja Cat published any music. It's like if she posted a screenshot of like, I'm working on a song, and people are like, reality show. Yeah. This is guy, you got a reality.
Yeah, and it's like nothing is real in entertainment. I don't believe there's any sort of like meritocracy to it. And
it's a very good job this doesn't materialize. Hopefully it does.
And I think it's just that I am very protective of creators and want to make sure that if that's what they want to do, that there's a way to do that sustainably, because you don't want to have someone like kind of just change their whole life around and then be in a very like in a worse off situation than they ended up in.
And for somebody to kind of wring the juice out of Hawk Tuah Girl and then like
And to what Jordan was saying earlier, it is that sort of like Hollywood story of overnight success is usually not true. Like there is no overnight success because people usually have a long time of working up to their career before they find any recognition. But this seems actually like overnight success.
I generally have a negative view of people who do those like, I'm going to go to the strip of whatever but where the bars are in the big city. I'm going to interview like drunk people as they're like coming out of the bars and going home, or they're bar hopping, going to their next place, because usually that stuff is agenda'd and it's meant to like make people look bad.
A clip like that would be motivated by, look at these women.
But I'm curious what that experience must be like to like be doing something and then like you have somebody on your show and then it's like, oh, we found the next.
He's like, what about me?
I know there's a million of these guys, but perhaps now there will be a billion of these guys, because that is pretty unheard of.
Trying to find the next Hawk Tuah girl.
Yeah. Okay. Limited Hawk Tuah merch now available.
Did
they even?
I also have heard that this account has been trying to copyright claim like some videos that use the Hawk Tuah video.
Fellas.
Oh boy. Okay. I don't think that's how to respond to this. I can see from a psychology standpoint. I also don't. Hawk Tuah isn't trademarked. I mean, I'm sure the first people that called her were like, we've got to get this like trademarked.
I mean,
these guys were asking questions about your roster and shit like that. So I'm like, usually that's. So I do want to say that she does have a very like electric personality, and I know I've said it a million times. I don't want to. I hope it doesn't seem like I've been trying to do anything that takes away.
I love it. I hope she does.
Yeah, I hope she does great things.
It would be incredible if she has this huge career and she's super talented and whatever. Like that would be such.
Or she figures it out.
Or she figures it out.
Because it's like, look, it's like no one if she felt like she was in like a dead end job and has an opportunity to like make a living. And be happier doing something else, then like that is a thing I think we should celebrate.
I do also find it like really just appealing that she didn't have social media. I think
that is very cool.
That's like somebody saying they're like a black belt. Sick.
That's like such a key part of this because it's like she hasn't been working up to this moment.
Right.
The moment happened and she's taking advantage of it, and that's cool.
And it is antithetical to like the usually, I don't know these guys specifically, but usually the narrative that they're spinning is that like girls have this big roster. They've always got these DMs doing whatever.
Why do you know what to do for that? That's weird.
And so here's a situation where this person doesn't actually fit their narrative, and they are just like a person without like a social media presence.
I actually have to get ready more than one time out of the week now. I'm not allowed to look like Adam Sandler anymore. Well, it's not all delightful. I have to convince my pawpaw. Stop asking me for the link in bio for my OnlyFans. I don't have an OnlyFans, and there will never be an OnlyFans. I just make funny jokes. That's all I do. I'm tired of the imposters and all the fake accounts. I don't have any kind of social media just yet besides Snapchat. But when I have the rest of it, you guys will be the first to know when I launch it.
You know, like I wish her success. She seems very sweet.
Doesn't she seem like it? So like from any, say, Netflix reality show, doesn't she seem like the one that would become a darling on that show and then be in all the like all-star ensemble ones?
Yeah.
Like she'll
be on the challenge. And
and everyone's like, dude, get Haley in more stuff. Remember when she said Hawk Tour when they were at the beach or something?
Let's do mail.
Let's move on to some mails.
We do have a P.O. box. It's in the description. And we received a few things.
Did we? I think I texted about it when it happened, but it was a couple of weeks ago. We got a big...
Jacob was the person who sent us the popper decks.
Not this Jacob, better Jacob.
And it was they sent 2 popper commander decks.
And I have been rifling through them.
Someone sent a postcard that says, "Hi Jarvis and Jordan and Stas and Jacob. Been a fan of the pod for a minute, never sent fan mail before. Shout out from Seattle. This is supposed to be an invite, but I just think it looks cool. Yeah, because it looks like an invite to something. Love you. I'm sorry. Keep making cool shit." Acreon sent us this postcard.
Thank you, Acreon. That's a cool name.
That's a cool name.
Jordan sucks.
This is from Rory.
They've kidnapped a member of our family.
Think you guys are so funny together. Used to watch all the Darman Bingo. More collab main channel videos. That's true. I start high school this fall, and I'm really nervous.
Whoa, wait.
So shout out. I definitely want to get out and make something of myself in the future. It sounds like you're right on track.
This is a huge first step. Going to high school, but also a big step.
Pretty good.
And they said they're glad we're content creators. I think that's super sweet. Rory, good luck in high school. That's so awesome.
Good luck in high school. I don't know when. So wait, you're 14 when you start high school, right?
Yeah.
What? I don't remember anything like before 20.
So I remember.
Is that people scared of it?
I was terrified. I just remember classes being way harder, and also all of a sudden you went from being the eldest at your previous school to the youngest.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, wait, I guess I'm a little baby. And
but you
acclimatized
you acclimatized pretty quick, and good luck and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be great. This one's from Felix.
This is good.
The both of you. Oh, this is sick.
Whoa. Felix is at the bottom.
Hey, gloomy fellas. Listening to your podcast every week is always something I look forward to. It's so refreshing to see other guys talk so openly and authentically about mental health and other things also. For Jordan, I know you said you wanted a drawing of what we, the audience, think your feet look like. However, when do you do that? However, I'd like to draw you something a little more resemblant of your appearance, so I give you Jordan as a foot. We have to show people this. This is actually insane.
Oddly enough, this is exactly what my feet look like. It's got the...
Wait, can we show the camera? It also has Felix's @ if you want to follow them.
Haunting. I look pissed off.
You're like, it looks like you were turned into a foot and you're not happy about it.
I get stepped on every day constantly, to be fair. This is, very generous. They gave me far daintier feet than I have. My real feet are, I'd say, twice as long and half the thickness.
I love Felix's avatar because they're wearing a shirt that says band shirt.
God, this is charming.
A sick shirt. Very charming. They said for Jarvis, since there was no specific request other than to send Magic the Gathering cards, I am more of a Pokemon bastard myself. Me too. I wanted to make you into a Pokemon card. Whoa, this is so sick.
God damn.
This is so sick. I want to frame this.
That is very sick.
Let me see. What's your
I'm a psychic type.
What's your HP?
I can do Trying My Best, and I can do Sad Boyz Attack.
Without me?
Yeah.
An entertainer, creator, and podcast host. Weaknesses. Dude, it says everything, dude. Oh my God.
Look at how good Felix's penmanship is. That's like so small to write.
Fair.
Wow.
I hope they're making comics.
I hope Felix is making comics.
It's 2 gold bars. That's what that is. Gold.
Oh, that's
bars.
awesome. Sorry, I wrote this hella small.
An apology for the size of the text.
Hello, I'm Juniper. My actual note is on the back with a poorly made Magic card. We'll look at that last. I've been watching Sad Boyz since 2020. Genuinely one of the 2 podcasts I consistently come back to. As someone more specifically a Black person with depression and anxiety, it's nice to see other Black people be very open about it. Not just joking around, but getting into things like meds and wanting to isolate. It means a lot when so many act as if these things are taboo and we just need to suck it up. Also, on that note, it's cool to see other Black nerds who aren't stereotypically Black. How others have put it is in parentheses. Nerd. I've always been a very quote-unquote weird Black girl. Read, I liked anime, gaming, art, etc. And I spoke very quote-unquote white. We get it.
Welcome.
Which I also hate that idea. We get it. But I've had both Black and non-Black people jokingly mock me for not being Black enough due to my hobbies, likes, way of speaking. Yeah, that was when I was younger, that was definitely a big thing.
The idea of being like, you're not Black enough for like an anime, that is antiquated. That is like way out of date.
Hopefully we're working our way out of that one. But, and then, the Magic card is of Jordan's foot.
Oh, okay. All right. Where's my face? There's no my face on this one. A poor drawing of a foot. I don't know anything about Magic. On men's Feet Finder, not regular Feet Finder. Fair enough. Jordan's foot. Jesus, dude. This is an expensive card.
How much?
This is 5 misc and 2 smiling faces. That's I don't do anything.
Do you want to crack this one?
What's this? My Crutcher.
That says Crutcher.
Crutcher. I don't know if that's a focus. Oh, it's got a little magic design on the back. I didn't even notice that. M&M's is the different colors.
Magic B.O.B. featuring Rivers Cuomo. That's the I got the magic in me.
Rivers Cuomo on that song?
Yeah, that's him. That was my impression of him.
Oh, Jesus. I did not know that.
B.O.B. goes, I got the magic baby.
I've got a magic baby.
That's what I would always make that joke in.
What is this?
You can just put it over here, and then you can.
The loot pile.
This is the loot pile.
I'm such a little tart for a nice postage stamp.
Me too.
Our friend Lauren does very nice postage stamps. She sent me a letter like end of last year, and I carefully preserved the stamp.
I go to the post office like once every few months to get some very nice stamps.
Dear Sad Boyz, it's me again, only this time it's my second time sending fan mail. I wanted to give an update on life and say how much I appreciate both of your kind words. I feel like I remember this. I started treatment for both my ADHD and anxiety. They're working wonders. I have a much better handle on my anxiety. I feel like I can hold it together and not let it swallow me so easily. That's sick. I had to up it, but I'm doing better on the higher dose. And then they also had the ADHD med, and it's been such a huge help. This is so fucking sick. I don't remember. We did talk about this recently.
I'm pretty sure
someone talked about it and they wanted to explore meds, and then we encouraged them, I feel like.
Yes. I want to say this was a past physical mail.
Rather than it taking so long to get to my brain into gear, I feel like I can just pop it without much of an issue. It's nice. It's so different. I feel much more capable. My memory still isn't the best, but meds don't fix everything. Yeah, that's okay. That's something to rabble with, but a lot of practical coping strategies like being the note-taking bastard, I recommend. Oh wow, there's a lot of here. I'll read the rest a little later, but this is all really positive, and it sounds like, aha. I don't know if either of you are cooks. Cooking Up Banger podcast. Yeah. I'm like Elon Musk. I cook up a lot of memes.
You cook on the court.
Yeah, I'm always cooking.
Like Tom McDonald, I'm always cooking up bangers. Between my girlfriend and I...
British.
Thanks, Vid. Between my girlfriend and I, we have plenty of food allergies and sensitivities. So I've learned to cook a lot of different foods that usually I would be able to buy at the store, but this is by far the best flatbread I've ever had. And then we get a
recipe?
A flatbread recipe with instructions.
Wait,
and everything.
That's actually really cool.
Hey, thank you, Vinny.
Vinny, shout out.
Thank you for the flatbread hardware. Maybe we should just make the damn flatbread. I'm not a cook, I'll admit that.
Blankenship.
Sorry?
Blankenship, I think, is the handle here. They sent us Magic the Gathering cards.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we've got...
Both creatures.
Here, let's show them to the camera. Can we get this in focus? So the Jordan card is called Jordan Adika, Mr. Money.
Swamp type.
And it costs 1 and a black. He's got haste, flash, and death touch. So he can attack immediately. He can be played at instant speed. And if you touch him, you die. I died.
Oh, no. Now I have to do a better version.
And then for double black, Jordan Adika Mr. Money gains +0/+3 until end of turn. So the +0/+3, you play this early. You're a human sad boy, by the way.
Oh, that makes sense. You're also...
Yeah, so you play this early, and then... or you can play it down as a blocker for 2. And if you want to keep him alive, maybe like a little combat trick action.
Bump his toughness.
You got his toughness.
And then you've taken more of an aggressive stance, I see.
Yeah, this is Jarvis Johnson Gold for 1 and 2 blue. Activated ability for 1 blue, summon a 1/1 premium viewer creature token to the battlefield. Hell yeah.
Single one.
And then the tap ability is all premium viewers get +1/+0 bonus as long as Jarvis Johnson Gold is on the battlefield.
Damn.
And also the flavor text on Jarvis is "We love you," and the flavor text on Jordan is
"That's
sorry."
Great. I'd like to imagine that racially speaking, the other one is white. That was the black is my mom, the white is my dad.
I would love to see more custom Magic cards of us. Like maybe you create like partner commanders or something.
Dude, I love. 2 planeswalkers.
Oh, 2 planeswalkers. I'm not. Hey, look, you don't have to. Okay, so this one has a pack in it.
Whoa. Hey.
I did ask for Magic cards last time, and I'm once again asking you for Magic cards.
You've delivered extreme. Actually, just before I forget, can I just throw out? It is crazy to me still that people care this much and would send things in, and it is like very profoundly sweet, and it lifts me up when I'm down. I think this is
very, very sweet.
Crazy. This is actually, I'm genuinely going to try this.
Yeah. This is also so Michael sent us a Double Masters 2022 pack, and also a personal message that we're not gonna read aloud, but I have read it, and I just wanted to say this means a lot, and thank you so much for sharing with us, and it's kind of why we do this thing. So Michael's also V8 Ninja on the Sad Boyz Discord. Shout out to the Sad Boyz Discord. Jarvis, I heard you were collecting Magic cards, so I thought I would help out. Include with this letter should be a draft pack of Double Masters 2022. I pre-ordered an entire draft booster box of the set, thinking I would have a few fun evenings with some friends. The problem is that none of my friends were into drafting Magic. The result is I've been sitting on this box for nearly 2 years. Whoa. Imitating all the people who quote unquote invest in Magic product. To put it bluntly, that shit is cringe. I own all of these draft sets of a premium set. I should do something with them. If I can share the experience of opening a pack and getting an awesome card, then I think the purchase will be worth it. Well, I'm going to crack this right now. Double Masters 22, great set.
Shout out to Michael. Got this one.
V8 Ninja on the Sad Boyz Discord.
It's perfect timing, by the way, because I've returned to being the Magic.
Got a zombie token. We got Cryptic
Damn,
Spies.
these are tasteful.
This is the common. We got a hollow at the uncommon. There's a couple. I haven't opened 2022. Okay, so Scab Clan Giant.
Dual type.
Battlefield Promotion is a holo slot. The rare is Leonin Arbiter. Players can't search libraries. Oh, snap. Turn off the tutors is what you said. Any player may pay 2 for that player to ignore this effect. So you've created like a stacks effect on searching library. Ooh, another rare, because double masters, double the rares. Reveal the cards in your library. Whoa, all of them? An opponent chooses from among them a creature card, a land card, a non-creature card, and a non-land card. You put the chosen cards into your hand, then shuffle. Wow, so just like a lot of value.
Very diverse land.
In your hand.
Is that yeah, that's green, blue, and red.
Ooh, just looking at the uncommons, seeing if there's a few commons that I need, so I'm just poking around. Kind of do dig that.
Do you need Jordan Adika, Mr. Money?
I think I might have to tech in Jordan Adika, Mr. Money.
I believe it's not tournament legal.
Oh, that's weird.
People are scared of him. Yours is considered.
Yeah,
it's a baby card.
Mine is meta actually. If you want to start opening this one.
Whoa! Speaking of beautiful mail, oh my god.
And I'm going to open this one. That one seems like it'll take a little bit more care to open.
I need to buy you guys an official fan mail letter opener.
Okay, so this looks like a jewelry box.
Oh my god.
Are we about to be proposed to? Hold on. And there's not a name?
If you open it, you are officially engaged.
Okay, there's not a name on this one. Oh.
Oh, it's like special letter tape that doesn't have.
Oh. Whoa. It's like a little creepy guy. And he's holding a foot. He's holding your foot.
Oh, but come on, mate. Okay, this is the most accurate rendering of my foot. So, it is dismembered, which
this box is very cool. It's like lined with like eyeballs.
This is crazy. That's amazing.
Unless I'm missing something, I don't see a note. So maybe they wanted to remain anonymous, or this is a threat.
Yeah, is this one of those like if the mob leaves a fish at your doorstep, it means you could be sleeping with the fishes.
Or it's a cursed item and you're forever cursed.
Oh, it's telling me to do stuff. Wow, my taxes.
I want you to give.
I want you to have a nice day.
This is not fan mail.
Okay.
This is a Japanese Challengers poster.
What should I name this guy?
Too late. All right, and then last but not least, we have a bunch of stickers and a very nice note, very beautifully written from Grace. And dated. Wait, what day is it?
July 10th.
Oh, this is a month ago. I thought it was today, and I was like, oh.
How did they
do that? And it's dated my address. Dear Jordan and Jarvis, alphabetically by surname. I was overjoyed to see y'all reading fan mail on the most recent Sad Boyz podcast episodes. As you could probably tell, I am a lifelong and habitual letter writer. And
it is very good handwriting.
Yeah, knowing what a delight it is to receive snail mail.
Snail mail.
I thought I'd join other folks who've sent it. As a woman with multiple neurodivergencies and a toxic cocktail of too many mental illnesses, I've never felt so seen as I do watching your podcast. Even just listening to it feels like hanging out with the coolest, slightly older cousins in the world. Slightly older.
Wait, cousin is actually perfect.
I do like cousin. Yeah. You're smart, goofy, fun, empathetic, witty, and hilarious.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh, working my way through the catalog and enjoying new episodes that if my husband and I met you, we'd get along wonderfully. Hell yeah, we can fist bump. That said, I'm thrilled to just get to consume every crumb of content you put out. That's so kind.
Oh, and they love stickers, yeah. These are cute. I wonder where these are from.
Talking about my special interest isn't boring. I hope not. That's the podcast.
Give me. Whoa.
There's like a bunch of stuff in here, and there's a bunch of notes written about it. This is from Abigail. And they sent a few little glitters and bits and bubs.
What tiny stickers?
Love from your fans in Portland.
That's really nice.
Portland Rose Festival.
With a big rainbow flag heart.
Thank you so much, Abigail.
What's Portland Rose Festival? Is it just like for roses in Portland?
Yeah, it's where all the most famous roses come.
Oh, yeah,
they come into Portland and they all hang out.
It's the opposite of the roses.
Wow. So last but not least, there's another community bit. We're trying to do some more community stuff in the show. Putting it towards the end for the real ones, if you know what I'm saying. But
no fakes.
We have a new member of our team who is affectionately known as the intern. And the intern, they chose that name, by the way.
They're being paid for their work.
They're being paid. They're being paid. And they're also not an intern. So we talk a lot about the proverbial or hypothetical Sad Boyz bingo, where we talk about a lot of the same things.
We have our tropes.
We have things that we go back to. And we didn't actually have a bingo board until today. So the intern has prepared for us, who is paid and not an intern, has prepared Sad Boyz bingo, and we have not seen it yet. So I was thinking we could like go through this. Maybe we add some things, maybe we take away some things, maybe we get some feedback from the audience, and then we can start putting a link to generate a bingo board in the Sad Boyz episode so that you can play along.
I like that. Okay, Jarvis gets new interest.
That's very funny. And I think that would count even if it's a revitalized interest, because it's really just like Jarvis's hyper-focus moves to a new thing.
It's a pivot.
Tom McDonald mention.
Fuck. They got us this week. Jordan leaves to pee. Well, look. Is that always in the edit?
MTG talk lasting 15 minutes. Guilty.
Ghost sighting.
Well, yeah, we haven't talked about the ghost.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the ghost.
Have we had many, or was
and
it
we
just that?
won't talk about it right now. Everybody be cool. Everybody be cool.
They don't exist, and maybe if they did and we said something mean, something would happen to us.
The boys yes and 3 times in a row. That's very funny. I would want to see timestamps of that happening.
Yeah, I'd be curious. I mean, I definitely understand where that's coming from. That's a nuanced choice. Yeah.
Discussion of AI, a classic.
Anastasia on-screen appearance.
Rare, but so if you got that on your board, you're like nervous, but you're like, will I see a foot?
Something of a ghost.
Yeah.
Also, I just to mention, you guys aren't saying I'm not allowed on screen. That is my choice.
Yeah. That is Anastasia's choice. But it is funny because also Anastasia's not always here for every episode, but it is.
Sometimes she's like upset about something and refuses to say anything. Your arms are crossed.
But this is very funny. In sync laugh. I think it would be fun to see. This is like too much work for the average person. But if someone really feels like it, if they're playing along with this bingo board, it would be funny to see them timestamp each of the things. Like in sync laugh at 15:38.
Yeah, if they catch us.
That happens.
We could. Also, is like when the episode comes out. Maybe you can submit bingo with the timestamps, and then like the intern will go in for the first couple and be like, bingo.
All right.
Repost them.
And then maybe we like repost them on the story or something.
What's the big reward for winning? Your address? They learn your address?
That's going to be, I bet that's going to be on this bingo board. And if
Me
not,
mentioning your
let's add
address.
it. Yeah. We'll post them on the story or something. Jordan mumbles something to the audience.
Well, I mean, what that is in practice is Jordan doesn't even realize he's talking. Something leaks out.
Dating discussion. Okay. Jarvis forgets Jordan's name. It's good that it's written here, actually, for me.
Why would that happen?
No reason.
You just said it.
The free space. Yeah. Jarvis fully lays down. that might happen on Nightz.
Yeah, well,
you might have to play this a little bit with Nightz. Mention of Jacob's setup.
Sometimes hard to ignore. I was just taking a photo of some of the magic cards we got, and while I was doing it, I decided to angle it away so I didn't have Jacob's feet in the photo. But they are exposed.
Oh, I want to see what people's pitches for additional squares would be, because we've got Boba video replay, a rare one, but a good one.
And it's potent
when
it comes in.
Oh, every time. I don't think I've ever not laughed.
I was thinking, I don't know if this is already on there, actually. Did you read them all already?
No, we're still going through. Did I give you the ick?
This very episode.
Yeah, we had it this episode. The boys accidentally touched feet.
Another rare but a treat.
I do think that happened today.
Today?
Maybe when we did the couch thing.
It
could have possibly happened.
Oh, it must have.
Do your feet have to touch, or is it you any part of your
your
body?
feet touches.
We did touch feet today, if it is that.
Jordan mentions a museum.
Well, no, it's more that I'm interested in the museums that you guys attend and own.
Like right. Like the
Being Dumb.
Big Loser Museum or the Big Dumb Museum.
You go every day.
Australian accents. That one's pretty common. Madam Web mentioned that happened this episode.
It was so generic.
Conspiracy discussion. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Jordan pretends not to know a guest's name.
Is that something I do? I didn't know that.
NBA mention. I almost mentioned the NBA like 3 times. WNBA mention as well.
Or WNBA.
WNBA, yeah, both. Because I was going to mention the Kawhi like was scrimmaging and now he's not going to be on the Team USA.
Oh my
the
God.
Olympics.
Did you see there was a WNBA media, post-game media, where they were doing it over Zoom, and it was the Sky, Chicago Sky. So it was Angel Reese and Marina and someone else, maybe their coach. And someone on the Zoom didn't mute. And so someone else was asking a question, and it got cut off by someone being like, I'm not being intimate with her. And they're like, all like Angel Reese and Marina both did these cute little reactions. And the internet sleuths found out some reporter was watching Big Bang Theory.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's so much worse than saying it themselves.
Yeah.
Is watching Big Bang Theory on Zoom when you're supposed to be in your meeting, where is that on the scale of like wearing the top of a suit and then like shorts?
Yeah.
Like below it.
I think it's closer to wearing the top of the suit and nothing underneath.
Nothing under it. Yeah.
Or a t-shirt with a tie on it.
I think the story is that they were muted, but the person running the room accidentally unmuted them.
I didn't know you could unmute someone. That feels violating.
Or I don't know if that's...
They're like, I command to hear. Like, you're like, oh, sorry, I have to mute. I have an important conversation. And it's like, I'm going to listen to it.
Now.
Let me hear. It's like, are they Bazinga? Oh. I see.
Okay, sorry, slight.
Great.
derail.
Okay, well, thanks to the intern for making this. This is amazing.
A Reddit gold for you, good sir.
A Reddit gold for you, the intern.
Do you think that it should that final square should encompass all? I think that.
Does that also include the phrase marketplace of ideas or not?
Going Reddit mode.
Yeah, going Reddit mode. Definitely pitch us other squares, because what we can do is on the bingo thing that I use for Darman Bingo, you can have more than the number of squares so that you generate different bingo boards.
So it's like a randomized.
Yeah. So then you can link your bingo. We can just give them a template if they really want to play bingo in the comments. And I don't know what that'll do, if YouTube will think we're doing something weird or not. And maybe we'll just do it on social media. Who knows? But I do like it on YouTube because you can put the timestamps and then you can click into the timestamp. But on the bingo app that we use, you get a little ID for your unique card. And you can also put in way more things than there are spaces so that you get randomized, like lots of variety. Fun. So that's awesome. I'm excited to play this. This is very funny. I do love the one I keep looking at is Jarvis fully lays down, because sometimes I do be tired.
Also, what about stuff? Jarvis lays Mike on his chest?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, pro move.
Yeah.
We can also add to the surplus squares, like Jordan holds microphone in bizarre way. I remember earlier, I didn't even notice until I was doing it, but I was like, I have like here, and I just started testing a knife for the perfect balance. I just leant it like this and was just like, yeah, that's the thing. Occasionally it'll end up here or something.
Jordan hit something with his foot.
Oh, well, I mean, that should just be the free space.
Right.
The foot free space.
Jarvis protects something from Jordan's feet.
Yeah, either food, rare cards, or my feet from scissors.
Or not. Yeah, like literally blades.
Yeah, I have no foot self-preservation.
Do you stub your toes?
Yeah, but that's because I have huge clown feet.
But I stub my toes I guess I have huge clown feet too.
Yeah, they're fucked up. Oh, sorry. I just.
I feel like I have like average feet. I feel like my feet should be slightly bigger, but they're not.
You know what they call when you buy New Balance? You know what they call New Balances when you buy them?
What?
Old
balances. Old balances. Nice, man. We end every episode of Sad Boyz with a. Okay, well, actually, so we're heading on over to Sad Boyz Nightz, the premium Patreon podcast that is not free. It's $5 to get in. You get, we just hit 69 episodes, 69 40-minute to an hour to even longer episodes. So it's over 50, 60 plus hours of content that you could just pay once and then balance if you need to, but only use your discretionary spending on it. Today, we'll be talking about the tea of when I encountered someone I made a video about at a party. Yeah.
And speaking of 69, I think we're going foot to head.
Oh. The other thing is that we don't talk about it a lot, but there are also higher tiers to the Patreon. The $15 tier gets you access to a monthly reaction video from us, like a commentary style, like us watching a Jubilee and chatting. Bonus. And usually those are pretty lengthy as well. We're going to be recording that today as well, so it's on the mind. So if you're already a Patreon subscriber, you've probably seen that in your feed. No pressure, but the content exists for those who are interested. So all that being said,
we end every episode of Sad Boyz with a particular phrase.
We love you.
And we're sorry. Recap. VidCon, you're at a party, someone approaches you made a video.
It's at the TikTok party. What happens is this woman walks up to me and she's like, hey, I'm a big fan. Can I get a photo? And I was like, of course. And then her person that she came to the party with was this guy. Then he comes up, shake his hand. I go, what's up, man? He's like,
do you recognize him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, dude, don't even worry about the videos. I get it. And I was like, I wasn't worried. He's like, no, I get it. You know, you got to make stuff for the algorithm. And I'm like, well, let's pump the brakes. I believe everything I said in my video, and I'll say it to your face. Is what I said to him. Gucci girl, how you doing? How you moving, girl? Moving, girl. How's your day looking? That future girl, yeah, we on now. Take my money, go away, all you want it. Girl, too rich for me.